Hello, my name is Rick, and this is the Dwarven Fortress of Swampcavern, and this is the 7th siege of Swampcavern. As you can see, this is 90 or so angry, armed, lightly armored goblins, and there might be even some more on their way. From the goblins' point of view, they're taking shelter under these huge trees, and they can't even really hardly see the fortress from here. But actually the fortress isn't very far away, so they don't have terribly far to go. And this is what it's going to look like for them to get there. You're going to have to go through this. And this will be the first view of the fort that they see. Here's a look at the goblins on the unit screen. They've got mace man, pike man, crossbow, sword, axe man, couple of lashers. The lashers are particularly fearsome, the crossbows as well, because they can injure your guys from a distance, or the lashers can do severe amounts of damage even through armor. On this side we have the military of Swampcavern attempting to get their acts together. The military guys are gathering up on this end. The ranged guys are gathering together down here, preparing to run to the walls. For a change, we didn't have a lot of civilians out on the surface. Only two, and one had the sense to run back into the fort when we sounded the alarm. This is really unfortunate, though. We're kind of writing this guy off. He is a mace man, and he is just completely disobeying orders. We fired him from the military. He still didn't run back into the fort. He's doing something crazy, going somewhere crazy, and there's just nothing we can do for him. The goblins are right over here. Some of them are going to chase him down. I don't think he can take on their whole army by himself. And for disobeying orders, he's on his own. I have ordered the archers to take up positions along the walls, and we are closing a couple of gates so that if the goblins want to bother us, they're going to have to go the long way around and get shot at by crossbow guys and go in the siege entrance and hopefully maybe even get shot at with a ballista bolt or caged in a cage trap. So we'll see. But now we need to throw a couple levers. So somebody come and do that. Frames is going to be a problem. There goes the spear guy. Here comes someone to throw the lever, hopefully. Yep. That's thrown. All right. All right, that worked. This gate to the old siege entrance is now closed, so they can't come in that way. And the front door of the fort is also closed, so they can't come in that way. And they all appear to be moving up towards the fort. And the guy who was over here, I don't know what happened to him. The goblins don't seem to have fought him. There's no reports about him. He didn't go down here, and he doesn't appear to have climbed a tree. I don't see him anywhere, so what? No, I found him. He's just clear on the other side of this thing, which this is supposed to be a trap, and usually we have a giant cave spider down here, but it died in the last goblin invasion, and I guess it wasn't replaced. So this guy is just completely out of his mind. I don't know what he's doing. He says he has no job. If he's running away from goblins, actually that's fine. So the ranged guys are already almost in their place because they didn't have far to go. I realize my computer can't really handle this, but here we go anyways. As you can see, the archers are taking their places. The goblins are steadily moving towards the fort. They're a little nervous, but they're feeling good about themselves so far. They're like, oh, there's 90 of us, and there's only 80 or 70 or 90 of them in that fort. We can do this. That's what the goblins are thinking. Oh, the front door's closed. We'll have to go around. That's fine. Don't get too close to the fort yet. They might shoot you. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's much point in that. So I'm mostly going to use that for still images, I think. But here, a lone goblin swordsman has ventured out just a little bit ahead of his friends. He must be the scout. And he's getting a little too close to the fort because he's almost within range of the archers. So let's see what happens. Just a little closer. Oh, too close. Bolts flying already. Not hitting anything though. Alright, well, my recording software crashed, which normally brings down Dwarf Fortress, but luckily I was able to save it just in time, so virtually nothing was lost. So now I have a multi-level view turned on. Here's kind of the archer's view as they see the goblins coming in here. So you can see they're firing a lot of bolts. The question becomes, is anybody hitting anything? Well, they're hitting that guy pretty good. He's already fallen over. Yeah, here's another goblin who got a little too close to the fort and is no longer feeling so well. He complains, I've been injured badly. This leaves me so shaken. Now the main army is getting a little closer to the fort. One tactic they like to do is to rush up to the walls because the archers are on the second floor. If they get right up against the wall, the archers can't actually shoot at them. But the problem is they usually don't make it to the wall before they get shot to pieces. Here we have a guy who's not moving. He is just target practice for the archers at this point. Oh no. Oh, brilliant genius, yes. So this guy has decided to come back from whatever he was doing, and now he's going to fight an entire army of goblins by himself. How do you think that's going to go? I'm considering going out there to save that guy. He is one of our mace dudes, after all. Here's what's happened to him so far. He's been missed a couple of times. Someone fired a flying copper bolt at him, which also missed. But best of all, he says, I was attacked. I'm not panicking. Should we do it? Should we try to save this guy? He is, after all, clad entirely in adamantine armor. So he can take on a few of these dudes, and they are standing right at the old entrance of our fort. We could get there very quickly. Should we do it? Should we do kind of a Saving Private Megateal situation? Well, if you want to see what Megateal has been thinking about, here it is. She's thinking, I was attacked. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. Yeah, there's an entire army of goblins. You should be panicking. Why did you come back towards them? You were fine on the edge of the map. Here's the military of Swampcavern. There's nearly 100 of them in the fort. Most of them, especially the guys at the top, are 20th level or so. They have adamantine armor and weapons. They're really pretty good at what they do. I'm going to order some of my best troops to the old front entrance of the fort. And once they assemble there, I'm going to pop open the front door and we'll jump out and surprise them, hopefully. but it's going to take a while to get there, so here's what happens in the meantime. Keep dodging, yes, just like that. Run towards the fort, very good. Wow. That one dude is keeping so many goblins busy. Here you have the dwarf Megateal, who is panicking because she's fighting half the goblin army by herself. And then over here, you have some people who are on their way to try to save her. They're about to run down some stairs and run out into a hallway and hopefully ruin those goblins' day. And up here you've got a bunch of crossbow using guys who have been giving the goblins a pretty bad time so far. Megateal is dressed this way because she claims to be an administrator, but don't be fooled. She's really an expert mace dwarf. Look at that, not a scratch on her. A lot of dodging practice though. They miss, she jumps away, she jumps away. Bolts are flying. Clearly missing. Well, this just might be clever. In an attempt to get away from the goblin army, Megateal has ducked down into what used to be the archery range, where I would make the archers stand outside in the sunlight and shoot a target where their bolts could be recovered. So let's see how that plays out. Uh-oh. This isn't looking good. So apparently she fell down there. The goblin has smashed into her and bounced off of her. She's been whipped in the hip, which has chipped her bone, and that made her fall over. And then she's been blocking all the shots with her shield ever since then. Here you have the Fortress of Swampcavern and its invading goblin army. One down a little bit. Here you have the archers firing on the enemy, who is trying to get around to the entrance of the fort. Here you have a bunch of troops who are all ready to pop out and say hello to their friends, the goblins. And over here you have a brave dwarf fighting an entire army of goblins by herself. Meanwhile, this other army group has been steadily marching on the fort over here. Megateal is still bravely fighting a lot of goblins in this pit over here. She's a little bit hurt, but her friends are getting extremely close. This bridge should be coming down any second now. Any second. Okay, guys. Let's throw that lever. Oh, part of the problem is the frame rate is really bad. Let's see. For one thing, not too many of them have died yet. Oh, you guys are killing me. Here we go. Megateal. I have improved my shield. That was very satisfying. Look at all this missing attacks. But she rolls away. Oh dear. The bridge is up. The command has been given. These guys are going to come boiling out of here and kill all the goblins now. There's going to be some surprised goblins in a second. Bolts are flying from the fort. The best teams in the whole fort are popping up, saying hello to the goblins. Early reports are somewhat chaotic. Here we have a goblin lasher getting shot by bolts and missing an axe lord, but nothing else. Here we have a goblin hammerman doing nothing but getting shot to pieces with bolts. Here we have one of our spear masters deftly parrying shots and spearing people. Look at the mess these guys are making. Also, don't they seem happy? They're just so happy to be coming out here and taking out the goblins. They're like, yay! Their numbers have already gone down significantly, which just makes the game run better and better. I'm ordering our absolute best team of axe users to come down here and try to save this poor mace dwarf. I'm also throwing open the main front door of the fort so the rest of the troops can come out that way. Here come the axe-dwarves. Hello, goblins. We hear you're doing bad things to our friend. I'd like to have a word with you about that. Oh, and they're just valiantly trying to run up the stairs. And they do! And here come the axe-dwarves. Or are they going to fight on the stairs? Megateal, still with a wound in her hip and leg, manages to elude all the goblins and run up the stairs or roll up the stairs or something. And now the goblins are following her up the stairs where a couple of axe dwarves are waiting for them. Oh, Masked Lovebird. Wow, you don't want to mess with that guy. Oh, and Cabalink's a militia captain? Yeah, let's... And the fellow Mace Lord is going to avenge this poor, poor Mace Dwarf. Oh, this is just not the situation the goblins want. Now they have to come up the stairs basically one at a time to fight a small team of angry, angry dwarves. They're popping off crossbow shots. The goblins are just getting cleaned up, apparently. There's only 6 of these guys left, and they're all probably right here. They come up the stairs, and the axe... Oh, never mind. Well, the siege is over, according to the units list. But it's not over thanks to the siege bug. Just thought I'd take a look at Megateal's report after that fight. 3 pages of blocking, dodging, missing. We won, hooray. What a mess. Oh, who's going to clean this up, I wonder? I wonder why all my people always end up looking like this. There's something going on here. I'm seeing a pattern. This guy says, how fragile we are. This does not scare me. He is afraid after experiencing trauma. Well, he's also a liar. So, guys, what have you been up to? Wait a minute. Is that Piles of skeletons and dead bodies everywhere around you and fallen weapons. That is awesome. Look at that. What you guys been doing? Oh, just killing everything in sight. I really like this detail. The fallen shields, the fallen soldiers, arrows, swords, whips. Very nice. These guys are a little disappointed they were never called on to do anything in the battle. Now the other guys' kill counts will have gone up, and they'll be bragging about it.